My name is Jason Jones. I am the Director of Driver Services. Just celebrated my 25th year anniversary at Solar Transport, located here in West Des Moines, Iowa. Currently, we are using the Motor City Systems roller, relay, and torque integration, and our workflow is currently using the Motor City Systems roller application. I've been in the transportation industry for 25 years, with all of my time being at Solar Transport. I originally started out in the finance field and then got moved into a technology role that allowed me to start working with our drivers and improving technology and processes within our organization. I think the biggest challenge we faced when we first started working with Motor City dealt with cross drops and missed pulls at the terminal. We really needed a hard stop within our workflow to force drivers to validate the bill lading before they left the terminal. I think the second biggest challenge we had initially dealt with the communication and the drivers getting updated with any load changes. Working in the fuel industry, we have customers that have sales increases, promotions that we run. We need to be ready to react and move loads around when needed to make sure we're covering and meeting all of their expectations. We asked the question, what vendor can give us a real-time sync with our back office and alert drivers of when these changes took place on the order, and doing this without being able to have to call or message to driver to get that change. And then thirdly, I think our third biggest hurdle we dealt with was around site maps and our visibility to our customer inventory platforms. Our drivers didn't have clear visibility of inventory readings, and we're having to call or message dispatch to get updated readings. The same for the site maps. We had a huge binder in our truck that housed the site map for each of our locations, but we needed a better automated solution that would have everything at the fingertips for the drivers on their tablet. When we look at the three hurdles I mentioned above, drivers now have both that inventory levels and site maps readily available to them throughout the entire automated workflow process. The same goes for the load changes between dispatch and drivers. All changes now are updated automatically within the workflow, and drivers get a detailed notification on their tablet, what specifies and what changed on that order. I think the feedback from the drivers has been nothing but positive. Drivers no longer have to call or message dispatch and will have the tools necessary to do their job all within the workflow. Dispatch as well has been able to update the changes necessary, and the info is a constant sync with the driver, and it flows without any communication gaps or concerns. But I think overall the biggest improvement we saw was it dealt around the validation of the bill lading to terminal process. So drivers inside the workflow were now being assigned the task of validating the bill lading before they left the terminal. This change now required drivers to enter in their bill lading information within the workflow that would sync back to the back office. And then this also allowed us to report back to our customers on supply and gallon information that they needed. And normally this step took place after delivery, but we swapped it out with our original process, and instantly we saw a huge savings with the drivers catching possible loading errors as well any potential cross drops. And all of this was done before they left the terminal. Everything within our automated workflow is just that. It's automated. The flow of the data from the dispatch to the driver, back to dispatch, back to our billing department is now all synced constantly. We're able then to alert back on data using our AI tools to notify our customers, whether they're internal or external, with any potential issues or concerns. And I think from a cross-drop perspective, we initially saw over $1 million savings within the first year by implementing Motor City Systems workflow and automated solutions. With Copilot, our trucks now have a GPS that is geared specifically to hazmat routing, which is needed for our drivers. We've also been able to take advantage of the last mile, which allow us to put in the best entry and exit points for our drivers to ensure that they are going into each convenience store or delivery location that we service to make sure they're going into the right spot and lead them to where the drops are located. My biggest feedback, again, is to involve your drivers. Ask your drivers about what the current solution is, and does it do everything necessary for them to have all the tools at basically their fingertips? Are they wasting time calling and messaging dispatch on simple load changes? Do they get constant alerts within their current solution? Is their current workflow automated throughout the entire process and allows the drivers to focus on their task at hand? Or are they missing pieces that can cause potential issues? Lastly, I think around your current vendors, and you have to ask yourself, do you have a true partnership with them? Or are you just simply a customer, and are they satisfied to keep you where you're at? Drivers need to be given the support in the truck, and that's what we got by moving to Motor City Systems. We created a partnership that involved our drivers as well as our back office support staff. Even to this day, we're able to email Motor City and discuss any future enhancements or opportunities that we want, and they listen.